am Ms. Cho. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications, and it is my great pleasure today to introduce you to our Dulwich Talk speakers. So this Dulwich Talk will be a little bit different from our usual Dulwich Talk session. It'll be a performance, it'll also be a talk, and there will also be singing. And we also are asking our audience members to come up on stage, a few of you, to experience and interact, and also perhaps do some dancing that we will go through. So be prepared. If you're really eager to come out, we're going to be inviting you over. So it is my great pleasure to introduce our speaker, our performer today, Edwin Kim. He is an award-winning pianist, composer, scholar, and speaker whose trailblazing performances have been described and praised as infused with magic in atmosphere, individuality, and poise by International Piano Magazine. He's the founder of Ensemble Evolve. He skillfully combines contemporary and classics repertoire. Edwin has performed as a soloist with numerous orchestras. He holds a Doctor of Musical Arts degree from the Peabody Institute of the Johns Hopkins University, where he is a faculty member of its summer program called Piano at Peabody. He is also a faculty member at the Pacific Region International Summer Music Academy in British Columbia. Among his many accolades, he is a winner of the Australian International Chopin Piano Competition and many other prestigious global competitions. Please welcome Edwin Kim.
Didn't she just scare you off by telling you you're going to be dancing on the stage? Nice to meet you. It's my great honor to be here. Any ninth graders here? Yeah? That's the age. No, I wasn't going to invite you already up here. That was the age I moved to the States with zero English. So I just wanted to tell you that it kind of feels intimidating to speak American accent in front of people who speak proper English. That's not me. So the first piece is called Widmung in German. Means dedication. I started piano pretty late. I was 12 when I first touched the keyboard, and I practiced about 14 hours per day for more than a year, and I won national competitions and got into the Yeowon school, the middle school if you've heard of it. And I went to Juilliard Pre-College, and then Peabody Institute, as you just heard. So Widmung has a very interesting story. Robert Schumann and Clara Schumann. Clara's dad was madly against their marriage, so they had trouble dating. So Schumann wanted to see Clara, and he would be sitting in a cafe about like this much distance to the, I guess from here to the last row of the house, and just trying to get a glimpse of her shadow even. And just sitting there for hours with staff papers and just writing music. So they had to win their right to marry through court. So this piece was composed in 1840. That's the year they got approval to marry. And Robert was 30 years old and Clara was only 21. And they met when Clara was 11. So they were already in a relationship for 10 years. So, I don't know, I just want you to... Very responsive, I like that. So, I just want you to imagine what they would have felt when they finally got their right to be together for the rest of their lives. personally for me, it's just so full of joy, relief, and appreciation. The one you're going to hear today is not the original art song, it's a piano solo transcription by Francis.
Did you have any questions? Or no?
What do you think? Thank you. But not me. How about the piece? Any adjective here? What do you think Robert was feeling? I'm hearing some answers.
Raise your hands.
Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
So what I was really impressed about this piece is that this is like, you know how he's like really powerful, but then this piece was like very calm and straightforward, like a river. Calm piece, what I would describe is. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's another student in front. Can you raise your hand first?
It was peaceful and calming.
Thank you. So the next piece is also by Robert Schumann, and you probably all know this piece now. It's called Träumerei, means dream. If you ever learn to play piano, that's one of the first pieces you get to play. The real piece you get to play. So it's from the piece called Scenes from Childhood. So it would be a little cliche to invite you to experience this on stage. So I see some staff members and faculties here. So the reason why I do this and program this piece, he ran away. No, please come back in. You are selected. So I have, as in the introduction, I teach for the summer course. I don't teach at university yet because I'm performing during the school years usually. So I won't be able to stay at school. So I'm only teaching summer festivals. And Piano at Peabody is a course for amateur pianists. The level varies from introductory to semi-professional. And semi-professional means they majored in piano at one point in their lives. They're actually pretty good. But usually they bring the pieces they cannot play. And most of the age group is 50 and above. So quite a lot of them don't have the agility to play. So usually for private lessons, it begins in the morning and then I teach until late afternoon. And this one day, I had students back to back just bringing the most difficult piece on earth. And they just can't play, so I have to teach them how to count. And I was trying to, the old ladies, when you try to, especially old ladies, yes, when you try to fix their posture and try to help them, one of the ladies actually stopped me and started yelling at me. She's like, if I had the strength to, fix my posture, I'll find myself another husband. And I was like, uh-oh, no. So that's the kind of lessons I have to deal with for the entire day. And at the end, the last student, he came in. He was about 70 years old. And he said he was going to play Rachmaninoff's Prelude. And if you know classical music, Rachmaninoff is notorious for writing everything that's impossible to play. I was like, not over until it's actually over. And he sat down, gave me the score, and he began to play. And I really had to try hard to hold my tears. Because first, he was really good. And second, he was treating every note as if it was his child. And at that moment, I was like, have I ever loved my instrument and the music that much? And I remember that I used to sit underneath the piano and listen to my friends play. And that was my childhood. And that's basically, like, you get to experience the whole world with just you and the sound. That's a very special feeling you get to have. So I want to share that experience with you. So I think we can only fit one person today because it's a baby grand. So any volunteers? Yeah. We already have a student. So sure. And so you know what? Two. 1 student and 1 faculty or staff. You're fast. Thank you. Are you gonna be okay sitting underneath? You sure? Okay.
Here?
Yes. Crawl underneath. Haha. Ready? Yeah. You ready? No, don't leave yet. I need to hear what you thought, what you felt.
Okay.
It was a magical experience. I think that I've never really sat underneath someone's piano while they were playing, so I didn't expect the sound to come out like that. But I genuinely thought it was very nice to listen to. This would be the kind of music I'd be listening to if I were falling asleep. So thank you. I am very grateful for this experience.
Thank you.
I thought it was very unique because, again, I don't do any instruments, but as I was sitting down there, I could get the feeling of what you must hear when you are playing the piano, which is very different to what I've heard before, because I could hear the strings and as you press the keys and the pedals, and it was a more complete experience, I would say. Yes, I didn't know Rahman enough, so I mean, having listened to him, so that was wonderful. Thank you. Amazing.
Thank you.
Any other thoughts?
I can ask you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? I can ask you a question. I guess the way we'll do it is as he performs, we'll be asking questions. He'd also be talking, so it's a pretty free-flowing. So if you have questions, feel free to raise your hand. I guess I'll kick it off with my first question. When did you first become interested in music, and what inspired you to pursue it as a career?
So again, when I was 12, I got to touch the piano for the first time, and I just immediately fell in love with the sound. But tracing back, if I think about it, that piano was a dusted upright piano. There is no way that instrument produced beautiful sound. But to my ears, it was just so beautiful. So it just stole my heart right away. And then I began to listen to a lot of classical music albums. And then I heard this legend, Arthur Rubinstein's recording of Chopin's waltzes. And at one point in the music, I was like, no, that's not how you should play this piece. It should be softer, not louder. That would make it a little more interesting and exciting. And that's when I decided to become a pianist. Like, I have something different to offer. And just like how I'm running this event today, for my own recitals as well, this is exactly what I do. And I talk and I do interactive things with the audience, because the virtuosos era that began in 1800s, that's the world we're still living in with the musicians. The performers learn the pieces written by someone else long, long time ago, and they try to play perfectly, as accurately, as fast as they can, trying to beat each other in competitions especially. But with the recent development of artificial intelligence, I mean, it learns the best interpretations of every single legend's recordings, and it can come up with the most perfect performance of the pieces we already know. So now what can we do? If you think about it, music has always been written by humans, performed by humans, and listened to by humans. So why can't music be a little more humane? So all the sensations I have on stage, that shouldn't be so far away for you. I think it's about time for you to experience what we are going through on stage. And that's the best I can do, because I cannot make you into me right away, right? So it takes ages of training to do what I can, but at least what I can offer is to have you experience what I'm feeling on stage. Yeah.
Thank you. Can you talk a little bit about your collaboration with Dongchang Lim, and a little bit about your next piece, and then we can take maybe one or two questions from the audience to have.
Yeah. So, because of the reasons I just told you, I was looking for a composer who writes in the style of traditional Korean music, and not only borrowing materials, maintaining the sentiment and culture of the traditional Korean music. And I found this composer, Dongchang Lim. He himself can play all the traditional Korean instruments, and he can also sing. Probably the only person who is more multi-talented than I am that I've ever seen in my life so far. Yes, I'm pretty pretentious, I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, to be pretentious, I still practice sometimes up to 10 hours a day, every day, so that I can be confident with what I'm doing. When I saw his music, I was like, yes, this is it. Because there are a lot of techniques in traditional Korean music that cannot be translated into the Western instruments because it has a lot of pitch bending. We call it 농현, meaning playing the strings. So, for example, Arirang as well. Have you heard of this Arirang? 아리아리랑 스리스리랑 아리가 났네. That Arirang, you don't sing it like this. You go 아리랑 스리스리랑 아리가 났네. 아리랑 like that. So that's what we call 시김새. That's something we cannot do on this instrument because it doesn't bend. But he figured out a way to convey the same kind of emotions behind the 시김새 through Western instruments. So the next piece is called 달개비, from the collection Our Wildflowers. Stories of our wildflowers. And 달개비 is a day flower. And I just, it means lonely memory or brief joy. So I'm going to invite again 2 of you to sit on the, hands. You know what? No, hands all down. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. You, right here. Yeah, you're the first one to raise. Now, we'll do it one more time. 1, 2. No cheating. 1, 2, 3. Up there. Oh, yeah. Oh, could we fit 3?
Probably.
Maybe?
Yeah.
I think we might be able to fit 3. Please.
The mask?
Yeah, the mask, yeah. Haha, time to talk.
It was very beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, it sounds different from like outside. It kind of sounds different, but inside it sounds much higher. Yeah. Also, it could be an amazing secret hideout.
Yes. Well, you may go back to your seats. Thank you for participating. Did you have any to say?
I have a lot of questions, but I definitely want to open it up to audience. So my question is just around Arirang, and you've reinterpreted it. You're going to be performing a piece next. And it's such a well-known piece, I guess. I wonder, did you feel any pressure trying to reinterpret such a beloved classic in a more modern way?
Well, you'll be hearing Arirang variations. And this is a piece you're gonna dance with me. So be prepared. If no one participates, I'm just gonna drag you out. That's the main theme. And I'm sure you've heard a lot of people, arrangements that goes. It is beautiful, but it's essentially Western. All the harmonies underneath, that doesn't convey the original culture and sentiment of the music. So what he does so it's a specific Korean groove and also this gesture. What does it remind you of? Yeah, 가야금 or 검은, you're just plucking the string. So that's what I mean by maintaining the authenticity of traditional Korean music. So now it's time to invite you up here. Before I'm going to explain why. So have you seen any Korean, traditional Korean dancers dance? Yeah? Oh, a lot of you. So they do this very controlled feet movement, right? And that's what we call 오금질. 오금 is like right behind your knees, and you are doing, this is the basic. So if you've seen the percussion guys who are, doing this with their hats, with tails, they're not using their head to do it, they are using the bounce. So I'm going to have you make a train and just do this around the stage. So, wherever you want to go. So the lead is very important. So I'm sure in this room full of people, I'm sure there's one dancer who loves to dance. So please volunteer for us to be the lead. And then we're going to invite how many? 8 total?
8 to 10?
Yeah, 8 to 10. Haha.
Come out on the stage and do them.
We already have 2. Okay, 3, 4, 5.
Adults are also welcome.
So who is the dancer? Who's gonna be our lead?
Let's go.
You? All right. So, you know. Yeah? Yeah, oh, wow. Look at the groove. Nice. So please lead them around. So not yet. So I'm going to have all of you participate as well. So do you know what 세마치 장단 is? Okay. So it's 덩, 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 덩. So you're going to use two hands. Okay, you got it? Okay, let's see, what's the tempo? Okay, stop. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. Good. Maybe we could use, okay, so left and the middle. Do what I just told you, and all the way, the right side people, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So let's put them together. 1, 2, 3. There we go, that's good, thank you. Okay. On my cue. Ready? 1, 2, hey! Oh my God, what did you do? There's a guy who's even taller than me. What did you do to him just now? So, okay, let's say, come up with one word about this experience. So start from here.
Fun. Perfect. Awkward. I think it was beautiful, because you could see magical. Cool.
I'm not sure. Kind of. Well, I can't tell.
No pressure.
Interesting. Sensational.
Thank you, you may go back.
take questions and then.
Yeah.
Does the audience have any question? We want to open it up to your question before he plays, performs the last piece, which will be a song. Raise your hands and I'll call on you. Up.
Yeah.
Have you composed or produced any of your own music? And if so, what advice would you give to someone who would like to do the same in the future?
You are going to hear one next. That's the last of the program. I have composed a lot of choral music, sacred, secular, and also contemporary Christian, and just regular pop songs, and classical art songs as well. Composition is very interesting. Nowadays it's been divided into composers and performers. But back in the day, if you think about it, Chopin wrote his own music and performed it by himself. So the true tradition of classical music was to learn, study the scores of the previous generation, and then come up with your own. So to do which, I think the most important aspect is to know your root, learn your own cultural music from your heritage. That's the first. Because most of the answers are there, because the way you talk, the way you see the world, perceive the world, that all comes from your family and and further your ancestors and your culture. That's just in your blood. So that's the first. And then you need to be able to master one instrument at least, because instrument teaches you a lot about how to listen and how to form harmony. And I recommend, if you already are or do love playing piano, because it has all the notes that you need to know to compose, and all the notes here can be scattered out to all different instruments. That's very important. And don't try to copy anybody else. And I'm sure you can do that, because when you start writing a melody, it just flows out. And you should be able to discern if that's like habit or like a result of the music that you already know in your head hovering around, or that's like a real spark of inspiration. If you keep questioning yourself, you're gonna be able to distinguish that. And as long as it's truly your own, then you will be the most greatest composer of all. Yeah.
So I have two questions. One's from the paper. What are some of your favorite composers or pieces and why do you enjoy them? And the second question is, how do you apply for the Peabody summer program and what do you do there?
Okay, what was the first question?
Do you have any
Favorite composer?
Favorite composer is Schubert. Just because the inspiration behind his melodies are just so unique and truly his own, and I respect all the other composers and their best beloved repertoire. Peabody has two different programs. Piano at Peabody is for the age group 40 and above, but they also do have preparatory program for students like yourselves. You can find the information online. You can just type in Peabody Institute Piano at Peabody first, and you should be able to navigate on the website. How many questions can we take?
We could probably take one more.
One more? Yeah. Someone who's like dying to ask this question. Say, me! Me! Okay, you're the first one to do it.
Should I just... Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Martha. I find
there we go, okay.
I think I found the hardest part of playing an instrument to be, portraying the emotion or how it was intended to be played, how the composer wrote it, and kind of fusing your own way of playing it into the music. But I guess the point is, what do you think the most important part of playing a piece is?
Okay, I think it's about time to forget about that tradition that you need to do everything that's written on the score. The notes themselves do have emotional information for you, meaning as a composer myself too, when I give my piece to someone else to perform, I don't expect them to sound like me. I'm hoping they will sing or play like themselves. I think that's more important. And if you spend enough time to your own reaction and relationship with the notes that you're dealing with, then you can find your own answer. So there's no such thing as must-dos. That's what we were trained to do. I was trained that way as well. But yes, that is important to know that what composers meant to convey. But at the same time, they're long gone. They're not even here. So why do you even care? You are the one who's creating that music to come alive again at this very moment. So what matters the most is what you feel with the music.
I think we're running out of time.
Okay.
Maybe you can stay if you would like after, during a break time to come and ask questions, but we have one last piece left. Maybe you can explain really briefly what Arirang and then...
So this is a new single I released on May 2nd. And as I told you before, I'm a vocalist as well, so I'm going to sing for you. Since you're going to have the lyrics up there with the translation, I don't think I need to explain any further. 우리 아들은 for you. Actually, I need to explain what that means. Arirang. That's my artist name that I'll be using. Pa comes from 발음, righteousness, and ha comes from 하늘, heaven, and 랑, just like the word 화랑, it means youthful person. So keeping the righteousness at the center of my heart, I'm always afraid of the above, a youthful person. So that's the kind of life I need to live for a lifetime. It's a heavy name, Arirang. And with that name, I actually have a recital coming up on June 3rd. Paganini 24 Caprice, reinterpreted into traditional Korean music. So just solely music by Im Dong-chang, the composer we've been talking about. And it's gonna have like a staging, and I'll be acting and singing. So it's going to be that recital that encompasses everything that I do. So if you need any information, I'll pass it along to you and you can find it. So 우리 아들은 for you. Thank you for being here with me today.
동네 한 바퀴 쏟아지는 별빛 사이로 들려오는 말 우리 아들은 저 하늘의 별처럼 저 새처럼 빛이 되어 온 세상을 날게 될 거야. 엄마의 품에 안겨 꿈결 속으로 쏟아지는 달빛 사이로 들려오는 말 우리 아들은 저 하늘의 별처럼 저 새처럼 이루지 못한 그들의 꿈 이제 내가 보여줄게 더 늦기 전에
Thank you so much, Edwin. So thank you everybody for participating, and thank you again. And please give Edwin a final round of applause.